Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah, also known as Laugh Lovely Angela, and in today's video we are going to do some simple front porch styling for the Christmas season. Decorating for the holidays doesn't need to be overly complicated. Just adding a few simple touches can make all the difference, especially in a small front porch space. So we're going to do that, and I am going to be sharing a simple wreath DIY as well. I am going to keep this crock back out. I use it for fall and Christmas specifically. I feel like it just gives such a homey vibe. And my tree is a much older pencil one from Michael's. I am planning to shop after Christmas clearance to find a replacement for this. This deer I actually got after Christmas clearance shopping from Pottery Barn. It was such a good price. So whenever you're looking to get seasonal stuff, shop out of season, because then you can find really great pieces at better prices. My outdoor rug was from At Home last year, and the doormat is older from Kirklands. Now I'm adding this metal Christmas present. This was actually my grandparents', and I so love bringing it out each year. And these lanterns were from Wayfair. So I love the simple styling that this has. Now all we are missing is a wreath for the front door, which I actually made yesterday. So we're going to cut to the footage of me putting that together and hang it up. So for our wreath, the base is a grapevine wreath, and for greenery, I'm using two different stems. These are both from Hobby Lobby. These are the cedar ones. They're super fake looking. They're a hard plastic, but they're really budget friendly. If you want to give them a more realistic look, you can mix them with the Norfolk stems. And then I have these pine needle and pine cone ones. If I was styling these in an arrangement personally, I would pick this part off, but because I'm putting it outside and I'm not staring it in the face, I'm going to leave it. But this way I can have texture mixed in amongst them. Whenever you are building a wreath, you want to just pick the general direction you're going in, either clockwise or counterclockwise. I'm going clockwise because I feel like if I do it the other way, it feels wrong, but that is just what works for me. But make sure that you are laying all of your stems going in the same direction so that they're not fighting against each other and instead are blending with each other. And since I'm using two different stems to make this wreath, I'm alternating which one I'm placing. So I'm doing every other. That way I don't have to worry about it having a cluster of one and not the other type of style, especially since the pine needle one has more coverage outward, but the cedar one has more density just covering up that grapevine wreath. Now, when you get to a certain part of placing your stems, you will notice that they will be falling towards you and not actually naturally lying against the wreath, since gravity is working against you at this point. Just take some green floral wire and twist tie it to your actual grapevine wreath. You could, if you want it to be more permanent, hot glue or use zip ties, but the floral wire is tried and true for me and makes it super simple. And the very last thing I'm adding stem-wise are these red berry picks from Hobby Lobby. I actually used these in my Christmas tree last year and really loved the look of it. Decided not to put them in my tree this year, but I feel like it gives that very traditional looking style wreath and greenery. So I actually am also planning on redoing my mantle. I know I filmed that video decorating it for Christmas, but I feel like I could do it better. So I am going to be adjusting it and adding some of these into the mix with those other red berry picks that I have as well. But I love that these have a touch of the brighter red, but also some darker notes too. And the very last touches for today are going to be adding some bells as well as some ribbon. This burgundy red ribbon is also from Hobby Lobby. This entire wreath came from Hobby Lobby, actually. We're just putting it together ourselves. But the ribbon is from Hobby Lobby in their wedding section. It is not with the seasonal stuff, and it actually is way more budget friendly, and you get more out of your roll. And here's the wreath all put together. I love that it just gives a very traditional Christmas look to the front door. And the very last thing I'm going to be adding today is this metal bow. I got this from TJMaxx last year. It was only $24.99, I believe, and this year's versions have the red with a gold like trim detail or just gold, but they're a little bit bigger than these also. But I'm gonna hang this above the beam that like hugs our front door, but I thought this was so cool. So I don't want to cause any damage to the beams by putting nails in it, so I'm just taking a few zip ties and just zip tying it around the beam. I went through all the effort of refinishing it a few years ago with my husband, and I'm gonna have to touch it up this coming spring. Since our house is north facing, the sun beats on it all day, so I'll have to touch it up, but we put too much work into it for me to throw a nail in it. So here we are, it's all finished. I ended up tightening this up just a little bit more. So I have the zip ties on the back there and I need to cut, but I love it. Now I need real cedar garland. I was trying to find some and couldn't, so that will definitely be an addition. And here is a finished look at my simple front porch styling for the holiday season. So that is going to wrap up today's video, friends. I sure hope you enjoyed seeing my simple front porch styling for the holidays. My next video is going to be my primary bedroom decorating for Christmas, so stay tuned for that Wednesday. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me here today, friends, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.